Plus, I mean, I think we having events back and forth in the industry. I think it's something you better basso in the industry because you always encourage our artists. They need to organize their own shows because event organizers know how things are moving now. So many of them are pulling out from shows.
Okay.
Yeah, for instance, Kiss Daniel there, that postponing. Chris, friend is saying. Risky we have wider land so there are so many occurrences in the industry. At times it's about time the artists know who say event organizers at a point in time can disappoint.
Exactly.
That's not where they need to feed on so much, but they need to create their own shows annually, a bit me affect something. You don't actually depend on event organizers.
Yeah.
But you have to go ahead to do whatever you are doing. I think say review with Tomboy Kata. I think it's one of the best things to happen into the Ghana music industry because we represented at the World Cup. And yet again we have an act from Ghana also there representing Ghana. That tells you how Ghana is being recognized when it comes to football and the music. And then he sold Ghana very well. Because looking at how people were jeering him, the fans were jeering Stoneboy. I always say this, when it comes to music in Africa, Ghana, you cannot underrate Ghana when it comes to music in Africa. From 1, 2, 3, Ghana needs to be there. Oh yeah.
Nigeria for not that number one, but still.
But still, that number one, but still, you will never be other. And this one tells it all because the video I think was performing, and then we have Stoneboy 2 performing. That tells you how we are going head to head with the Nigerians when it comes to music in Africa.
Good.
So I think it's a milestone for Ghana music industry. Something we need to encourage more. Yeah, we Poem Fest. I think one of the shows course so within the weekend a crowd be G up on me Poem Fest. I think Raskuku is doing marvelously when it's come to his show Poem Fest. And then the domain community have came to accept him very well. Until any time he man the stage, especially the Saman Poem time in a woman. Yeah, Poem Festival. Yeah, the Saman Poem.
The numbers were good.
Encouraging numbers. Look at the way you are waving your hands.
It's just like the one that he organized, I think, right after COVID or so. Yeah, that one was also huge.
So, Brass, I mean, I think with Raskuku and then Poem Fest, we need to encourage him to do it more, and then we need to also call for sponsors to be on the show because at times when artists are organizing their own shows, they use their own funds. But when you have stakeholders, corporate entities coming on board, it will expand their territories so they can do more. Because for instance, there were so many artists on bail to perform, and you cannot just leave them to go just like that. At least what you say, Jito way. These are certain things. I think the stakeholders need to come inside. They shouldn't leave the artists alone to do their own thing because we can't always depend on event organizers. This is an encouragement. We are hoping it will went well. And then let's look at Nauticus Temahabo. Yeah, I think it's also another great show that patrons were really happy about how the show went.
And also, really enjoyed the first time.
And then the first time
he's been doing. If I'm not scared, I'll be third and fourth and BB.
Ogusoko, which I think one or the other, no, we need to encourage them to do more. One show that I really had much interest is Satawale Osino show. When I heard Satawale was going to Osino, I asked myself, why is he going to perform? Because Osino is my hometown. I know the spaces. So for once, for once, I was thinking, the numbers that Wale can pull. That was my question.
But when was the last time I called, you know?
Oh, not long ago, about 1 month or 2 months.
Because you be a fresh hotel view.
That's what I'm hearing. Say, in the show. But for once, when I heard he was going to see, I asked myself, if I'm not perform. Because the numbers that Wale can pull, the whole scene on the club, so that was my question.
And so, the numbers they were great.
Yes. So I was happy when I heard it was very successful, and that's what I'm saying. There's a new hotel joint over there of performing here, which was classic. I think Shatta Wale has been a blessing to our music industry from day one of free hibernation. We've seen the muscles he's pulling in our music industry, and wherever he stands a chance of getting the numbers. And I can boldly say Shatta Wale is the build artist, the most build artist this December or this festive season. When I say this, people don't accept, but that's the real fact.
Shatta is the most billed artist.
Artist. This December.
Fact,
Me fact. Say or the fly about bon tell me yehu.
No, I have one for fly.
Yeah, o fa the man, not just only fact. Oh yeah. No. They are trying to prove something here.
One Stoneboy flyer.
Me who Stoneboy flyer.
Stoneboy is who shows.
And if the flyer is out, fine, that shows facts and figures. But if you have your flyer in your docket, is it fact? Stay in your docket and enjoy yourself. But this shows how Shatta Wale has been great or better still doing whatever Ghana music industry needs. And it's an asset we need to hold with high esteem. Let's look at Manifestivity at the Buko Mostin Arena, another great show. We know how Manifest can deliver when it comes to performances and stuff like that. And I think Samini also grazing the occasion is another plus to the show.
Okay.
Yes, and we have all these people putting things together. I think one thing we need to encourage most is artists helping each other.
Okay.
Like the way Samini did.
Roland see a friend in Noboa.
And Noboa. The way Samini did, jumping from one program, one event to the other. It shows how he's showing love to the upcoming ones, for better still, those who are already in the system. That is the way we are supposed to go. Let's look at Obrafo and Miss Bell show, which Roland took the fame out of it, because they are doing their show, and look at what you are doing. So you see, I think that's also another plus to our industry. But one thing, one thing I detect is Obrafo has been somebody whose performance is always below the bar. He has not shown himself to the crowd most of them.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? Obrafo doesn't perform. And that's the reality.
Intimate trainer, church me, I said, me bought a defense, no body defense. What's Obrafo show hiding? The performance hiding.
His performance is not always on top notch.
Where top notch means what?
At the higher level. When he mounts the stage. And
high level is what? What is high level?
Yeah, when he mounts the stage, the performance we are expecting, he doesn't deliver. That's what Obrafo for.
Which show can you give reference?
Oh, his own show. He had a show at Taifa. I think last 2 or 3 years. He had a show at Taifa. Yes, and I went there, and then the performance wasn't that performance I was expecting.
If Obrafo show, now we expect he said, Obeshu send a Shatta Wale Mushu now. Then one, you are not being fair to him.
You'll be
because he will be disappointed because one, look at his age, and here number one. Number two, look at the kind of songs he does. Share a braff on your ma otaye. And yes, Obi Juju can also the school Juju. Yeah, you called the show last Sunday Oliver Twist one. They or performing to a live band. And Osha act, you know, very classy. Good band. Good backing vocalist, Chain Newman, and one other lady. Very fantastic performance. Anyway, now I can say it was below average and now below par hour. I really don't get what you mean. Can't do that.
Brass, I mean, maybe or probably we have something you call the stagecraft. When you're on the stage, you have to perform to your audience satisfaction. So the moment some of your audience leave the stage or the program without their satisfaction, that means you did not perform to the level they were expecting you to perform, and that's what Obrafo is known for.
Are you Obrafo's fan?
Yeah. I'm a fan of Obrafo, a real fan of Obrafo.
Because Unim, and let me say this. Maybe I didn't want to say it, but because of the anonymity, let me say it. Last Saturday at the Oliver Twist Shack, I was really impressed with Obrafo's act, and you know why? All this while, me and my saw Obrafo are important to me now. And I'm being blunt here. Now I'm person me can but be ade funny no. I say me share. All this one I'm got matese wayare. Into all this one I'm feeling say ontimi mpo end ane ne ho. But on the day I saw Obrafo rapping all his lines. I saw him dancing and I was so surprised. I got it all wrong. I thought Obrafo was not strong. But man was dancing, and about an hour performance he was very active throughout. Now go so a couple show before Labadi. Or show from Labadi no Sunday bo had no. Show the crowd or sound say no jai performance. No really. they had issues with their sound on stage and the manager. So, but they are all concerned the performance.
Musically, you know, Bradford is not a performer. How many times do you see your Bradford on stage performing? And if you how do you enjoy his performance on stage? Musically, Bradford is not a performer. That's what you've known him for. Ever since he started music, how many performances Bradford have done? He lacks performing abilities. That's what you need to look at. And he's now learning. I'm telling you honestly. He's learning. Yes.
At this level of
career. Yes. How many shows do you see of Bradford on it built to perform?
So Bradford, they're starting one.
No, he's now learning how to perform on stage. No,
the recent event.
Yes.
The recent event.
No.
Now Shatta.
Oh, Shatta me now. Pamuko just stage so and the performance the same. Performance the same.